Santa Barbara clearance, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is IFR to Santa Maria with information Romeo.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, Santa Barbara clearance, clear to Santa Maria Airport, Flight 5 departure San Marcos, transition direct. Maintain 3,000, expect 8,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.55, squawk 2542.
Roger, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is cleared to Santa Maria. Flight 5 departure. And I didn't catch the part when you said direct.
Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo, you actually broke up. Read back all that you understood and then ask the question after that. I missed what you said.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so it's 576 Tango Bravo is cleared to Santa Maria. Flight 5 departure. Direct San Marcos. That is filed. Climb maintain 3,000, 8,000 within 10 minutes after departure. And squawk 2542. Contact departure on 120.55.
John Wayne Tower, good evening. Again, Romeo Alpha 34691. Left base, runway 20 right for touch and go.
Romeo Alpha 34691, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear touch and go, make right traffic.
Clear to touch and go, and we'll make right traffic, Romeo Alpha 34691.
Bonanza
San Luis Tower,
Bravo,
Cessna
the Flight
7274
5
Hotel,
departure
inbound
San Marcos
for landing.
transition.
It's
That's
about
Romeo
5 miles
Zulu
southwest
Sierra
of the field
transition.
with November.
And then direct to Santa Maria Airport. And I just want to verify the squawk you got was 2542, 2542.
Roger, 2542 and direct after the transition for 6 Tango Bravo. Also, if possible, we'd like to make this the I-10 test.
Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo, that is affirmative, and read back correct. So I-10 it is. It'll begin right now.
And Palomar Tower, Baron 124 Romeo Lima, short final, ILS 24.
Baron 4 Romeo Lima, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land 24, Romeo Lima.
San Luis Tower, Baron 525 Delta Sierra, 3 miles left base.
Diamond 5 Delta Sierra, runway 29, clear to land.
Runway 29, clear to land, 525 Delta Sierra, thank you.
Alright, Burbank ground, Delta 8916. We got a little bit of a problem with the aircraft. We're gonna have to reload we're gonna have to reload the aircraft here. Can we keep the same clearance and everything, or would we have to redo that?
Delta 8916, just depends on how much time transpires. If it's quick enough and you check back in with me, it'll be fine.
Alright, it should be like 5 minutes, Delta 8916.
Delta 8916, Roger, I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Romeo
so
34691. I just want to verify. Radar actually told
we have
me
that
you
set
wanted,
up.
flight following the Camarillo.
San Marcos
are you gonna depart the pattern or stay?
114.9.
Romeo Alpha 34691, we're going to make one loop in the pattern and requesting IFR cancellation right now.
Romeo Alpha 34691, IFR cancellation received, right traffic and report midfield.
Right traffic and report to midfield, Romeo Alpha 34691.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 7274 Hotel, approximately
And then
4
after
miles
that,
west of the field, inbound to land with November.
we'll be going on to
San Luis
the
Tower, enter left downwind, runway 29.
localizer
report midfield.
108.9.
Left downwind, runway 29, report midfield, 7274 Hotel.
Baron 4 Romeo Lima, taxi to Park via Alpha, remain this frequency. Good day.
Taxi to parking, yeah, Alpha will hold on this frequency for Romeo Lima. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay. Have that all set. And what else do we need?
Diamond 5 Delta Sierra, say parking on the field.
We're going to need the Guadalupe VR 111.0. we have all the navs we can do for now. 197 radial. Put that in.
Tower, transient parking, please. 525 Delta Sierra.
Diamond 5 Delta Sierra, egg right, taxi via Alpha to park and remain this frequency.
Exit right, taxi Alpha, remain this frequency. 5 Delta Sierra, thank you.
Outbound is going to be 286. Okay, so airplane's all set up. Okay, let's put on
And Palomar Tower.
attempted
124
or
Romeo Lima. Just
anticipated
curious,
climb
do you
rate
work, New York
1,000
Tracon?
feet per minute. Oops.
I'm sorry, last aircraft calling, say again?
For Romeo Lima, just had a general real-life question if you work at New York Tracon.
Baron 4 Romeo Lima, negative.
Okay, thanks for checking.
Flight director zone.
San Luis
Romeo
Tower,
Alpha 34
7274 Hotel, midfield downwind 29.
Okay. This thing's all good to
Cessna
go.
74 Hotel, runway 29, clear, sorry, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 29, 7274 Hotel.
Romeo Alpha
Back
34691,
to
runway
our
20 right, cleared, touch and go.
Report diagram.
And say direction of flight.
Romeo Alpha
Next page.
34691, clear touch and go, and on the go we're requesting flight
Ground
advisories to
frequencies
come a reload
121.7.
and we actually would fly coastal route for Bravo transition.
Romeo Alpha 34691 on departure, flighting 220, maintain VFR below 2,400 and remain on your current beacon code.
On departure 220 at or below 2,500, Romeo Alpha 34691.
Romeo Alpha 34691, just by 2,400.
Okay, 1,400, thank you, 34691.
Santa Barbara ground, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is on the south ramp, ready to taxi with information Romeo.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi via Bravo, Alpha, Golf.
Golf. Runway 25, taxi via Bravo Alpha Golf, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. All right.
Cessna 74 Hotel, turn right, taxi parking via Alpha, remain this frequency. Good night and Happy New Year.
What's up, M3? How you doing, buddy?
Extra
Thank you very
parking,
much.
Alpha, remain this frequency. Cessna 7274 Hotel, Happy New Year.
Alright, Burbank ground, Delta 8916, we're back with you.
Delta
Turning up to
8916, Burbank ground, thanks. Just reset your transponder to squawk 5350, please.
5350 Delta 8916.
Delta 8916, do you need to push again, or are you ready to taxi?
We need to push again.
Delta 8916, call ready to taxi and let me know if you need Delta 1, Delta 2, or Alpha.
Alright, we'll call back. Delta 8916. We just
Romeo,
confirmed that squawk is
34691, radar contact, say
5350.
altitude.
And here's
Romeo
Golf right over here.
Leaving 800.
Romeo, 34691, maintain VFR at or below 2,400 until advised.
Let me know if the sound levels are
Below
okay. If you guys can hear
2400,
everything okay.
Romeo 34691.
If something needs to be louder or lower.
Burbank, Delta 8916. Can we get that squawk again?
Delta 8916, it'll cost you more money.
Okay, let's lock that brake. I'm going to just lower the actual engine noise a little bit.
Okay, too many chirps. Delta 8916, squawk 5 tree,
There we go.
50-350. And you don't have
Okay,
to pay
so
any
to
money.
brief what's happening real
Alright,
quick.
5350. Thank you, Delta 8916.
Hey, Augie, what's happening, buddy?
Straight this evening.
Cool.
Romeo for 3461, contact departure,
Okay.
128.1. See ya.
So I
later.
pulled up all the charts up here,
1.10
but I'm going to be
Romeo
referring to more
34691.
often on my side laptop that I'm actually watching the stream on as well. We're departing out of 25. We're taking the flat 5 departure. So if you're not familiar with the I-10, basically what it has you do is depart out of Santa Monica or Santa Barbara. Hey, Steve, what's happening, buddy? How you doing? And just starting this I-10. Wish me luck. So we're taking off out of Santa Barbara, Flout 5 departure. It's going to take us to Flout intersection. And at that point, we're going to basically turn around and fly back to San Marcos. A very strange departure. Well, I don't know. I'm just not familiar with it, but I've flown it, practiced it a couple times. Got to make sure we're at or above 6,000. We filed and have been approved to 3,000, then 8,000 after the departure. And then we actually filed for the following route. Technically, we filed for Victor 12, then at Gavoida, Victor 27 to Orcut to the airport. But the whole deal is that you're supposed to, on the way inbound to San Marcos, we're going to request the VOR Alpha. Okay, I'm sorry, the localizer backcourse Alpha into Santa Maria with the intention to shoot the missed approach, which, since I'm on the I-10 test, they should approve us for, which the missed approach procedure is to climb to 2,100, direct to Guadalupe VOR, and perform the holding procedure. During the holding procedure, I'm then going to request to our alternate, which is... here's the airport diagram for Santa Maria, San Luis, if I'm pronouncing that correct. So we're going to request the alternate San Luis, which is in the flight plan. I already submitted. And we're basically going to then shoot this VOR Alpha, which will take us over Morro Bay. Require us to shoot a procedure turn, inbound, outbound, into the airport, inland. Hopefully we do it all correct. So, good stuff. Oh, good times. I've done that many times, Huggy. Like watching one stream while flying your own. It's a good time, absolutely, buddy. Hope it's going well for you. Yeah, and hope you've all had a nice New Year. I had a nice New Year. I was at my friend's house. It was a good time. So, anyway, so we're at the runway. We're ready to depart. Let's put on the correct map that we need for now. We're going to switch over to Tower. We have our departure up. And let's see. So here we go. Okay, got that. I should change my autopilot altitude to 3,000 since we haven't been officially handed off to 8,000 just yet. I don't want to bust any altitudes. Okay. Good. Santa Barbara Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is at Golf N25, ready to take off.
November 57 Tango Bravo, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 25, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. Okay. This is the Santa Barbara airport scenery made by Giant Unicorn. He's actually doing more of it now. He's actually even going to put in like the actual tower and everything like that. But even this version is really nice, so I highly recommend you check it out if you don't have it. 70 knots. We're going to start rotating. We're going to start pulling back. Got a positive rate. Normal usable runway. Gears coming up. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and gauge our vertical speed, altitude,
Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo,
and
contact
select.
departure today.
Got a departure, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. Okay, and what we can do now is we can take this and turn the airplane, onto our intercept course. So we've climbed through 400 feet already. Let's switch over to departure frequency. And we got Peter on the frequency. Speed's looking good. And let's double check that departure is Santa Barbara departure control. Okay. Santa Barbara departure, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo 1,300 for 3,000.
For 576 Tango Bravo, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, climb maintain 6,000.
That was climb maintain 8,000?
6 Tango Bravo negative south for now.
Roger, 6,000 for 6 Tango Bravo. I think you said 6,000. Okay, so we're going to take this, go to 6. Okay, cool. Radio's coming in. We got some good climb rate going on. Might as well bump it up a little, or some good speed going on here. Oh, actually, we got to go to 25 inches of manifold pressure. That should bring us back down to like a normal cruise climb speed, 2,500 RPMs. So, we have, it says 9 miles out already, and the departure procedure, it's kind of tricky the first time I read this. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. I don't know how well you guys can see it on the size monitor you have. You see the number 11 here, which we typically think of as 11 miles. But then we have 18. So, specifically, it's the approximate distance from the takeoff area was 11, depending on the runway you take off from. But it's really 18 miles DME from San Marcos, so I made that mistake once. Practicing this, I started my turn too early. So we still have another 8 miles to go. Enjoy the lovely view. So there's the airport we just departed from. Change a little bit later. It's always nice to fly near sunset.
Contact Las Vegas approach 125.9er.
Alright, course is looking good.
Las Vegas approach, expected vessel approach from 825 left, 10 via to Cape KSBA arrival.
So this airplane, about 900 to 1,000 feet per minute, gives you the usual. This airplane has a cruise climb of about 107 knots, so we're about to go actually a little bit.
576 Tango Bravo, climb maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. Whoops, we want 8,000.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and reset that climb rate
No, that probably won't.
to about 800 feet per minute.
Yeah, I haven't pulled the data yet. Yeah.
This thing's like temperamental. Come on. No, screw with me. I don't know if that's one of their expansion airports. I think Seattle is on the list, but I think the expanded routes only cover to those airports, but not the airports in between. And there's my 800 feet per minute.
American 2466, contact SoCal approach 132.37.
And we got about 3 miles to go. Oh, wait. Yeah, right. It was 18 miles. Yeah, 18 miles.
American 2466, SoCal approach, descend via the river to arrival cleared ILS and make 25 left. For 576 Tango Bravo, climb maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. I thought he told me 8,000 before.
34691, contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
All right.
Romeo after 34691, SoCal approach Los Angeles altimeter 3009er.
So I don't know if you can see on your screen, but I basically have one of the outputs, data outputs, as the OBS settings. I found that when I set it just by eye on the actual instrument, whether it's the HSI or the regular VOR indicators, I'm always off by like a degree or two, and it just always seemed to sort of screw up the accuracy of what I was doing. When you can actually dial it in by number, your accuracy over the world, it becomes much more accurate. So all right, we're at 18 miles. We're going to turn this thing basically right back around. So and then we're going to put this on the reciprocal, inbound on the 197.
Correct.
Which is going to be the 1017.
125.9er.
Yeah, there was a few times, when you fly on like a radial, like an airway segment, let's say you're going to go toward an intersection, and it's like 40, 50 miles long. If you're off by a degree or two, you're not really, you're a little bit off on that intersection. So this helps you get much closer.
Airport 1159, Las Vegas approach, descend via the KSBA
Yeah, anytime.
arrival, Las Vegas altimeter 3016, expected visual approach rate.
Yeah, we're coming up on our altitude, and our climb rate's a little slow, even though we're about to level off. I don't want to.
34228, San Francisco, ground runway 28 right, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 1 left, runway 1 right. Delivered.
Okay, leveling off. I saw this drop to 0, so that's a good sign. Leveling off to 8,000. Now we're on our way inbound. I'm going to take a little bit more of an aggressive cut to re-intercept this radial. Yeah, there you go. Makes sense. 1 mile off, so. Okay, so just so happens to be our manifold pressure is pretty good now. Let's put this over to 2,300 RPMs. Alright. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying during our briefing, so we're going to go inbound on here's 017 degrees, which they conveniently put here as well. And then our original flight plan was good. Would have taken us outbound on the 261 Victor 12 Gavoida and so on. But we are going to now call up in a second and request the localizer back course Alpha. Hey, Disgraced. Thanks for the host, buddy. Hope you had a happy new year. And we might as well call in with the official weather. So, come over to our ES player. So for those of you that use this, one of the things I did find on the ATIS player is that once, if you notice on the, where it says text file, it gives you like the 4-letter code and then a letter. That's the current ATIS being reported. So if you're just using this, like if you're using X-Plane weather, and you're just coming here to get the latest, like Alpha Bravo November, you know, whatever it is. Roger, we'll advise the weather. One moment, please. 6 Tango Bravo. So I'm just about to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. What you can do is hit refresh, and then these will update. And that last digit is the weather. So if you picked up X-Plane's actual weather from your real weather file and you listen to that, you're just using this for that purpose. We have it. So Santa Maria is Kilo. Okay. Make sure that we're good here. And we wanted to basically pick up the... I'm bouncing around here. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to make you dizzy. Santa Barbara approach, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo with information Kilo at Santa Maria. And if possible, would like to get cleared for the localizer back course Alpha with the intention of executing the missed approach procedure.
576 Tango Bravo, cross that market at above 6,000, cleared localizer DME back course Alpha approach.
At or above 6,000 over Santa Monica, Santa Marcos. At or above 6,000 over San Marcos, and cleared for the back course Alpha, Santa Maria. Thanks. 6 Bravo. That was not clear at all, but I hope you understood it. Alright, cool. So, we are set up for... we have less than 8 miles to go. 8,000. And I can start descending now. Although, I'm going to just cross the VOR at 8,000 and begin my descent. Now... we have some time on that arrival, on this path. It's basically a good distance. I missed it the first time I flew this one time, and I'll share it with you guys. My mistake. So on the profile plan view, rather, if you look at San Marcos, and it looks like the straight shot 286 radial, and it's very clear. It says 4600 over here, especially when you can see it full size on your screen. And 286. That's like very apparent. But if you look kind of carefully here, there's this little segment that tells you this is not to scale, it's broken. And it's actually 6,000 over here for the first 14.9 miles. And then it's down to 4,600. And, hey, Ostrich, how you doing? And I made the mistake of descending down to 4,600. It wasn't an official flight. I didn't get yelled at for it, actually. But the way I noticed it, too, was I got really close to terrain, and I started climbing back up. So... if you ever try this approach, just be mindful of that. So the next course we want is 286 degrees and 6,000. So that's coming up. I already have 286 dialed in on the nav 2. And I'm doing okay.
JetBlue 1159, contact Las Vegas approach 135.0. So 1159 Las Vegas approach, cleared initial approach runway 25 up. You're following a Boeing 737 turning about a 2.5 mile final.
I'm going to put in the altitude right now. 6,000. I'm even going to put in my desired descent rate. That'll do. Speed's ticking down the DME. I'm going to begin my turn. I should have began a little earlier, but... Okay. Oh, one thing I was mentioning before, that you could use the output data to show you like your nav1 and nav2 OBS setting. However, what's weird is if, like you see, I don't know if you can see how clearly you can see it on your screen. It says 37 for 037. If I take the OBS and I continue logically rotating it to the left, the shortest direction, and I go past north, it'll go into negative numbers. So you got to kind of play with it and keep it positive. If you go the other way around past 360, it'll go to above 360 degrees. So depending on which way, if you look at it, you're like, what the hell's going on? That's what's happening. So you just got to turn it in such a way that it gives you what you need. So 286, landed right on it. Okay, so 286. I'm going to now continue to bite into that course a little bit. Put in my vertical speed. Tell it to level off at 6,000. Pull the power back to about 20 inches. So don't speed up too much. We should be good. 3 miles out.
I'll say star and 25 left there, land. Delivered optics cross 125 right where you are.
Let's see. I'll try it. Well, let me get stabilized on course first, then I'll give it a shot.
Next parking the Alpha 6 Bravo Charlie 5 cross 125 right. Romeo Alpha 346 and 1 traffic 12 to 1 o'clock 4 miles VFR target northbound altitude 4,000 type unknown.
Okay. So we should be good there for a moment. So let's go left several times. Yeah, it's going negative 500, 600, 700, negative 1,000. Yeah, so it'll keep going. Okay. Alright, so 6 miles out, and we're descending, which is good. And by 14.9, we'll begin another descent down to 4,600. At that point, I'll probably start slowing the airplane down as well. Yeah, and that's just on the... Hey, Hornet, how you doing? And that's just on this data readout up here. I mean, one thing, like on the digital readouts on things like the 732, and I think other airplanes, they have a digital readout on their instruments. It doesn't happen on there, thankfully. So, I've never seen that happen. It's really nice terrain out here.
Bravo, go ahead.
There's somebody out there. A couple people.
Seven 342 Juliet, contact departure. For 4785 Bravo, making to the ground bay, type aircraft cruising altitude and destination.
Okay, so our 11 miles, 11 and a half.
For 4785 Bravo, departure C118.8, squawk 7443. 478 Bravo, departure frequency 118.8. 85 Bravo, read it correct. Runway 30 right, taxi
Just hit
out.
6,000. 46.
Air 2066, contact Los Angeles Tower 120.905. JetBlue 11-9, taxi parking via Alpha 8, Bravo 5, cross the 5 right.
Yeah, this is HD Mesh 3. And
Alpha
the
8, Bravo
detail
5.
is provided courtesy. Oh, look at those airplanes landing over there. G2XPL.
Number 7342 NorCal departure, radar contact your assigned altitude is 5,000. You can climb to about 5,000. But radar contact.
This guy's in the pattern, probably. Yeah, that guy's taking off.
Climb to accept maintain 5,000. So you accept maintain 5,000, you got to level off there. American 24-6, Los Angeles Tower, runway 25, left turn.
Okay, we got to be past 14.5 now, yeah. Alright, so let's begin that descent.
Ruby Alpha 3471, contact Carenado Tower, getting.
And I'm going to pull us down to like 15 inches. Okay, so I have this set. We're out heading out this way. We could put in. I'm assuming they're not going to switch us to approach. I'm going to put in on the standby 118.3. Let's go ahead and do that.
7342 Juliet, contact Oakland Center 133.7.
Okay, so we have that standby, and then I have naving 114.9, so we have the nav 2 is giving us this. We're gonna are the radio that we're on now. I'm gonna put the localizer active here, and the inbound course is 300. So if we were to take an HSI and put 300, our inbound course. Okay. And then you'd be looking at this and be like, wait a minute, HSI, they can't provide reverse sensing. And it's already off to the right. We should be turning to the right to recapture the localizer. You would be getting yourself lost. So, HSIs, for those that are not 100% familiar, can provide reverse sensing in the one case of a back course. And that is exactly what we're doing now. We're doing this back course BC. They even scream it at you right here. Back course localizer. So we have to actually set it up in reverse. So what we're going to do is put it down over 1120. And now, it makes sense. Oh yeah, the localizer is off to our left. We haven't gotten there yet. And what should happen is, we should intercept that localizer right at about 29 miles out of San Marcos, RZS D29. Right? That makes sense. 14.9 plus 14.1 is 29 miles. But they did the math for us, thankfully. And we should be right over at Cokes. And Cokes is 4,600. At that point, on the localizer, that'll be 11.6 miles out on the localizer itself. We can descend down to 3,000. Yes. Disgraced. Good point. If you end up getting... Well, like right now it says that we're on glide slope, and if you somehow even... I don't know if you would... but maybe, yeah. You would not want to be following any kind of glide slope indications on that. Absolutely.
Charlie 10 for runway 25 right.
Okay, I wonder who this guy is out here. So we're 4,600. Where's our map? And yeah, I see. That must be some kind of a drone or something because there's no other airplanes depicted out here. Okay. So since we switched the San Marcos source to nav2, I'm just going to have a quick look at the nav2. 25 miles out. It's at 29. Oh, okay. Yeah, so some of the, depending on the equipment, you could potentially pick up a glide slope. Good to know. We're looking good on our nav2. We're still have it centered. Of course, we could also just look at our RMI as well. So the double bar needle is our nav2 source. We should start to see this localizer coming more alive. At that point, we're going to descend down to 3,000.
4785 Bakersfield Tower, runway 30 right.
Oh wait, was it 3,000 or was it a slightly higher altitude? Where are we? We're done with this, we can get rid of it. We're done with that, we can get rid of it. So Cokes, yeah, it would be 3,000. Okay. Okay. We can set our descent rate now. On that localizer, I'm going to do about 700 to 800 feet per minute. It's coming centered, 28 miles. Slows down a little bit more. Props are going forward at this point. I might have done that prematurely. And look at that. You see, because I'm setting up my OBSs on, really accurate data, we're nailing it. 29 miles, we're right on the localizer, so it's pretty cool. I was never being able to do that when I would just set it by eye. Because as cool as 3D instruments are, if your view is from above, below, to the side a little bit, there's a little bit of an inaccuracy. So, and this should be right around 11 now. Yeah, here we go. So we're over Cokes. So that means we can now begin a descent down to 3,000. Let's put it in one notch.
Great, 5 Bravo, roger, attack departure.
Did I put that control tower frequency in? I think I did 118.3, right?
For 57 Tango Bravo, contact Santa Maria Tower.
Contact Santa Maria Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. 118.3. Oops. Okay.
Romeo Alpha 34691, midfield.
For 4785 Bravo, Bakersfield departure, radar contact.
Santa Maria Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is on the back course Alpha and on the I-10.
For 576 Tango Bravo, Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, cleared low approach.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat for 6 Tango Bravo?
For 6 Tango Bravo, runway 30, cleared low approach.
Clear low approach, runway 30, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo.
Romeo Alpha 34691, midfield.
Romeo Alpha 34691, runway 26, cleared for the opposite.
Runway 26, cleared for option, Romeo Alpha 34691.
Burbank ground up to 89.
Okay, so I am going to put in, I already have it in the nav 2. I'm going to put this into the nav 1. The visibility got interesting.
This is Burbank ground. This is Delta 8916. We're at the passenger terminal, ready to taxi to active.
111.0.
Burbank ground, runway 15, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 26.
Runway 15 via Alpha, cross 26.
Okay, 100 knots. I'm going to hold that about. And let's see. That is going to be Camco at 5.8 miles. I can descend down to basically 1100. And we're on the nav1 source again, right? Okay, good. So I'm going to put in 2100, which is our missed approach altitude. And I'm going to click off that autopilot. Alright, 5.8. Gears coming down. Last notch of flaps. I'm going to hold about 90 on this approach. This is trim it out. For a nice descent. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read that in the holding pattern because that involves a little basic math. And 0.5 miles on a localizer is our missed approach point, so that's where we'll go missed. Now I wonder if he's going to switch me back over to 120.55, which is the frequency we were on with them before, or the missed approach or the departure frequency, or basically whatever that was listed as, departure, approach, whatever. I think I'm supposed to level off at 1700 until 2 miles out, so we'll do that. Got a lot of drag going on right now. I'm just flying as if we did not have sight of the airfield, even though we do. Two miles.
Romeo Alpha 691 requesting IFA to Santa Barbara.
Romeo Alpha 3691, Roger. Are you just looking to pick it up into pattern, or are you looking for a full stop taxi back picking it up?
If possible, in the pattern, Romeo Alpha 34691.
Roger, I'll need to we'll have to do a couple tricks here to make that work in standby.
Roger.
Alright, here comes the missed approach point.
Romeo Alpha 34691, Roger, runway, Arky, are you ready for your clearance right now?
Affirmative.
Romeo Alpha 34691, after your touchdown, you're cleared to Santa Barbara Airport, fly heading 275, radar vector to Ventura 282 degree radial, Quang intersection direct, maintain 4000, departure frequency 124.7, walk 7206.
Romeo Alpha 34691, please
Oops,
again,
didn't want to
Ventura
do that.
radial only.
282.
Romeo 34691, clear to Santa Barbara Airport via on touch and go flight heading 275, vector to Ventura, then Ventura 282 radial, Quang, Maintain 4000, departure is 124.7, squawk 7206, Romeo for 34691.
Romeo Alpha 34691, read back correct, runway 26, clear 10.
Santa Maria Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo's on the missed approach.
Romeo Alpha 34691.
576 Tango Bravo, roger.
Instead of fumbling with that autopilot, I'm just going to bring us up to about 2100. It's not going to be pretty.
Alpha ready for departure.
Hit altitude, autopilot engage.
Runway 15 for takeoff, Delta 8960.
Heading. Alright, cool. So, we are currently flying direct to Guadalupe VOR. There is no DME on this VOR, but we're going to get there quick.
For 525, don't steer, you're on ground, check your frequency contact.
And the missed approach is
Apologies, thank you.
Cloud 2100, direct Guadalupe, and hold. The holding radial is 120 degrees, well, 300 degrees. So, based on our path, we could do a parallel or a teardrop. Teardrop's going to keep us more on the protected side, less turns. So we're going to do that. And since it's non-standard, we're going to do 30 degrees
For 525, don't steer,
less than the holding radial of the outbound course. So, well, actually more. It's going to be more. So it's going to be, instead of, once we cross the station, it's going to be right turn at 330 for 1 minute. And then we're going to come back around and get in the hold. And we already passed the VOR. So, we just passed it.